presented by Greenlam Laminates. Viewers, the Karnataka government is once again in hot waters. It is facing severe pressure as the government strives to fulfill its 5 key pre-poll guarantees. The state's Legislative Committee on Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Welfare has taken exception to the state government utilizing budget overlay for its guarantee schemes from the funds allocated to the SCST welfare. A report on the expenses of the guarantee schemes was tabled during the winter session of the State Assembly in Belagavi. And this was done by this 20-member welfare committee led by Mr. Narendra Swamy, a Congress MLA himself, and they have now made certain recommendations. Let's have a look at the numbers first up to get a sense of what the issue actually is. Now, in 2023, the allocation for SCST welfare in the state stood at over 35,000 crore rupees, which has now been increased to over 39,000 crore rupees in 2024. Now, of the allotment to the welfare of SCSTs, 14,730.53 crore is being used for the guarantees. Now, this constitutes to 28% of the overall expenditure of the 52,000 crore on guarantees this year. The committee has recommended that the government utilize no more than 24.1% of these funds to finance the guarantee schemes. Now, the recent political turmoil surrounding Karnataka Congress government has also taken a fresh turn with allegations and accusations coming from within the party itself. The committee headed by PM Narendra Swamy, member of the Karnataka Legislative Assembly and also the head of this entire SCST committee, has sparked fresh political storm in the state. A new expose by the committee raises serious objections regarding the utilization of the funds earmarked for the welfare of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Now, the first major objection highlighted by the committee is that a significant portion of the funds intended for SCST welfare is being diverted to support the implementation of the government's guarantee schemes and not necessarily for SCSTs. The Legislative Committee said that the state government is utilizing 28% of the overall budget overlay for its guarantee schemes from the funds allocated to the SCST fund. The committee has recommended that the government utilize no more than 24.1% of these funds to finance the guarantee schemes. The committee further pointed out that data on the SCST beneficiaries of the Shakti scheme was not available. In proportion to their population assessed in 2011 census, the committee recommended that a sum not exceeding 12,532 crore from the sub-plan corpus must be used for funding the guarantees, which comes to up to around 24.1%. Now, diversion of the fund has turned also into a political war between the BJP and the Karnataka government. The BJP has launched a scathing attack at Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and his Sarkar, alleging that the Congress government in the state of Karnataka has diverted a staggering 28% of the SCST welfare funds to finance its pre-poll guarantee schemes, which they are also claiming is not necessarily directed only at SCSTs. It's funding other communities, other groups, other schemes as well. In response to the BJP's sharp criticism, the Congress government has defended its stance, stating that it is committed to considering the recommendations made by the Karnataka Legislative Committee regarding the allocation of funds for SCST welfare. Now, further sharpening the attack, the BJP accused the Karnataka government of misappropriating the funds meant for welfare of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. And on the other hand, the Congress government has defended the actions by pointing out that even the centre is using funds for allied purposes.
The committee headed by Narendra Swamy questioned the authority of the government spending this SCP TSP amount for the guarantees. It is correct. I asked him, if you are using so much amount for the guarantees, why you drawn 25,000 crores from the SCSP TSP amount?
There is nothing wrong in using these the SCST money for guarantees, but if the recommendation has come to limit it to 24.1% as per this thing, then maybe that is something that call that the finance minister, that is the CM, and will take. But having said that, I think probably the BJP government should also look at what central government is doing. Do you know that SCP TSP funds of the central government are used for semiconductor?
Surabhi Hodigere, spokesperson Karnataka BJP with us, Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress party with us. My namaste and Jai Hind to our panelists and also season's greetings. Feliz Navidad, it's a festive day. But what is this whole charge, Surabhi Hodigere?
It has been significantly clear since the Congress party announced the guarantees that financing these guarantees across the 5 years was going to be a challenge. We've seen a significant increase in the revenue deficit, the fiscal deficit, and what we're seeing today is a mere validation of the BJP Karnataka's insinuation that funds that were supposed to be used specifically under law for the SCST community have been diverted towards general purpose use. Now, this is there are multiple aspects to this, Anand, which is that why were these funds there in the first place? Why has the committee said, okay, 28% no, let's go back to 24%? For a simple reason. That data shows us at this point with Census 2011, keeping in mind that 24% is what we have as the SCST population here in Karnataka. Therefore, that is the sort of number that should be allocated for every scheme from the SCPTSP fund. Whereas what the Congress has done, and we can go back and forth on this, but the reality of the matter is that the guarantees are costly. Their guarantees have been costing a significant amount. To fund the guarantees, this Congress government has been going back and forth trying to find every possible way to finance what they had promised in the polls. And the amount is also increasing year on year. I have been on multiple channels on this conversation, and the Congress's argument has always been that, look, if you take, the beneficiaries of the different schemes, significant amount has also been, come from the marginalized communities of the SC and ST, and therefore, somehow it works out. But we are not talking here of somehow it working out. If you're so sure, give us the data. If you're so sure that it is truly benefiting this community, tell us how. That is the question that leaves to be answered, and it is the bottom line here is that the Karnataka government should not be using this fund for anything other than the welfare of the SC and ST community.
Nikul Patel?
See, firstly, I would like to say that the state government is utilizing SC/ST funds to implement guarantee schemes for the community members as per law, and that has been stated by DK Shiv Kumara very correctly. I would like to say that the budget allocated for SC/ST is around 39,121 crore for the financial year 24-25. And in that, there are clearly two bifurcations, and that was approved by the SC/ST Council, which was chaired by the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. I would like to give the bifurcation also, 27,673 crore, which amounts to be 70% of the total fund allocation to SC/ST, and 11,447 crore, which accounts to be 29% of the total budget allocated to SC/ST. Out of that, 11,000 crore is definitely being spent on the guarantee, and it is for the same community which is going to be utilized. That is for in the same community SC and ST, the guarantee schemes. And I would like to again portray that you can check from the Legislative Assembly, 1,300 crore was unspent in the financial year 23-24, which has been added to it, and that is why you can say that that amount has been spent. Now, Bharatiya Janata Party is making hue and cry. Don't worry, we are very acquainted with what we are doing, and we will be doing as per the criterias and norms which are being framed as per the constitution. We are the only state, or we can say Congress are states which are allocating fund as per the population of that particular community. I would like to ask my Bharatiya Janata Party whether your state governments are allocating fund as per the community. I don't understand. We have passed this budget as per the population of the country, and we are spending it for their benefit as well as for their upliftment. There are schools that are being building in these areas where we are giving 75% reservation to the local people. Even we are giving increase the stipends from 10,000 to 15,000 for SC/ST students who are aspirants for UPSC, and so many lot other schemes where we are providing laptops and every other benefits that are needed for their upliftment.
I will not speak of any other state because I have enough material to counter the Congress in my own state. Sir, very recently, PhD scholars and scholars in postgraduate education from the SC and ST community who had a scholarship, designated, the money was cancelled because the money had to be rerouted to the guarantees. The Valmiki scam, enough said, that it is a scam, we're going to do something about it or not. Which community did it hamper? Whose money was stolen and used to finance elections of the Congress party in other states and in Bellary? It was the SC/ST community. Please do not harp on Baba Sahib Ambedkar across the country and then do this to the marginalized communities. You have put a bunch of words together, sir, and said that no, it's not happening. There is a legislative committee that is saying that the spending is at 28% across different schemes. And please bring it down to 24. That is a very simple ask of the SC and ST communities. And this particular fund, it has always been very clear that money has to be taken from this fund to empower these two communities only. Can you give me guarantee that the money being taken from the SCSP fund is actually being used only for the welfare of the marginalized communities of SC and ST? Can you give me that? No, you can't. Because for Shakti, for example, the Shakti scheme, you don't even have data. You do not have data to show who the beneficiaries are. For Gruha Jyoti, what is it, the numbers that you're going by? Have you done a performance check or performance review? Can you look a person from the SC and ST community today and tell them that the fund that has been allocated specifically for their welfare for very right reasons, because that extra welfareism is required for these communities. If you look at their GER, gross enrollment ratio, if you look at their other human development parameters, this is a community that needs the extra spending. Can you look them in the eye and tell them no, not 1 paisa or 1 rupee of the money that was absolutely supposed to go and be part of your life improvement is being used for any other community? Can you look them in the eye in Karnataka and tell them, don't try to take me to any other state. I'm not going to any other state. I'm talking about Karnataka.
I'm also talking of Karnataka itself, and I have given you a very good data and facts and figures. I think you don't want to accept it, then it's your problem. I already said that around 27,000 crore, 673 crore, that is almost 70% of 39,000 crore fund allocation to SCST sub-plan is being utilized for the people of that community. And if you don't want to accept it, then it's your issue. In the Karnataka itself, people have realized that that money is being utilized for the upliftment of those people. Siddaramaiah had visited even the school, that is a residential school where initially the reservation was only for up to 60% for local students. Now it has been raised to 75%. That is what I would like to say. We are always
Where are you getting that? No, I will not have. Please tell me where your data is coming from.
Try to understand.
Tell me where your data is coming from.
Listen to me now.
Shakti doesn't even, the Shakti scheme, you don't know who the beneficiaries are.
I have listened you very thoroughly and very cool and calm.
You are listing misinformation. You are listing misinformation. Please don't get into this number scheme.
You put your argument when it is your
tell
turn,
me,
ma'am.
quote your source.
Quote your source.
Quote your source.
I don't understand. And SCSP council chaired by Siddaramaiah ji is the chief minister of the state and he has a due right as per the law to decide the fund allocation. I don't understand why you want to argue and object to it. If somebody recommends it, then definitely it is the prerogative right of the cabinet to take into action and consider whatever the recommendation is coming. But I would like to make you aware that definitely your argument and your justification that we are not spending any money for the upliftment of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, I totally deny to your argument. As well as I would like to say that if you are arguing on Ambedkar, let Amit Shah should ask Maafi for it. He has said in Lok Sabha what is to speak in Lok Sabha about Baba Sahib Ambedkar. You are advocating them. We are just for here to say that we are doing everything good for SC and ST and you are not able to digest it, then it's fine. We are utilizing the money as per the law, and our chief minister
was doing good for the ST community.
had already clarified about everything that you want to
good for the
listen.
ST community. Sir, please don't talk like a broken tape recorder. No, hang on. You won't quote your data source. You won't tell me how many ST beneficiaries exist.
I don't understand what you want
please, sir, please. This is Karnataka. People see through this sort of politics. The chief minister and the floor of the house said very clearly that money has been stolen. Today we are seeing
crore is being utilized. And only 11,000 has been allocated
Anand,
to the guarantee scheme, and that also by SCST council chaired by the chief minister Siddaramaiah.
Nikul Patel
is recommending the bifurcation.
They have recommended this. Here is a simple question now. What is the BJP asking you? The BJP spokesperson is asking you, can you on this show take the right stand and say that all of the money that's being spent, 100% of it has gone only towards the benefit of SC/ST. And if you are quoting data, what is the source of this data? These are the two questions that are being asked of you.
The source of data, the SC/ST Council chaired by CM Siddaramaiah ji had approved 39,121 crore for the FY 24-25, and DK Shivkumara ji correctly said that all funds that are allocated for SC/ST, even the guarantee
Sir,
schemes, are
please
utilized for the
speak
payment of the poor
numbers.
people. No general statement should be given. Generalized
No
statement
general
is not
statement is
given.
being
So
given.
there is no
Absolutely no
here is the
general
thing.
statement is being given.
Here is the
That is
thing.
not correct.
Here
That
is
is
the
not correct.
Here is the thing. The point is, sir, that there is a huge amount of this money that is being used for a Shakti scheme that's implemented currently in Karnataka government. The government itself is on record. It has told this SC/ST panel, and Narendra Swamy, who is the chair of the panel, himself a Congress MLA, has come out and said this, that there is no data of the Shakti scheme.
Absolutely, Anand. Please ask that
this
question.
Shakti scheme, who is it going to? Who are the beneficiaries? What caste community are they? What is their entire bifurcation? There is no data, Nikul Patel.
So, Minister, has
So
replied to
how
that
are
question.
you able to come
Sir,
here
there
and
is
claim
no
that this
data
entire
on
money,
Shakti scheme is what he
that
said.
this
How can you say
entire money
this?
is actually being spent for the people from whom it is being taken is the question that's being asked. The same thing that you said.
Statement I am quoting here.
No,
That
but
is
the
what I am telling.
chief, sir, but Nikul Patel, the chief minister has not been able to be forthright on the data points. He has not been able to come and explain how much of this money has been spent in the Shakti scheme and what is the percentage of women who have actually benefited from the SC/ST community from the Shakti scheme. He's not been able to answer that. The other thing, you said that he has increased the local quota of people or students to be admitted to 75% from 60%. But who are these local people? If the schools are being built with the funds of the SC/ST community, is the entire quota of 70% going only to SC/ST community? Because if that is not happening,
These
sir,
are
then
really
that
tribal
means you are
areas.
taking funds from the SC/ST community.
Again, you are diverting the
and
point.
then you are
No, he is saying he is speaking the
no,
truth.
I'm not diverting.
He's
I'm
not
just
diverting.
asking
I
the
am telling
same
that
The fund
question.
diversion is
if the
happening by
school
your
is
government,
built in
not
the
by
tribal
Anand Narasimhan
area,
over here.
if I am quoting that if the school is built in the tribal area, then definitely the local people will be tribal and they will be benefited out of
No,
it.
you can't make that assumption, sir, that if there is a tribal area, that all the 100% population is tribal. Today, there are many areas which are deemed tribal areas, or many places where the elected representative has to represent a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe because the majority population is that. It does not mean that 100% of the population is that. But when you spend this money from the SC/ST quota, you have to have the data. How is it, Nikul Patel? Imagine if this was the case of a BJP ruled state. You will be spewing fire right
will
now.
cry,
You-
Anand.
no,
They
not
will
just
be
that. You
hue
would be
and
saying
cry.
that SC/ST ka paisa gaya kahan? When a Mr. Priyank Khadge turns around and asks that the center is spending SC/ST money for semiconductor, etc., makes a charge like that. Here in Karnataka, you are not willing to. You don't even have the basic data, sir. 11,000 crore रुपए आपने खर्च किया last year. You just now told me that there is some 1,300 crore extra, which has been carried forward. Sir, 11,000 crore have been spent, right? Where has it been spent? What's the data point?
That is tabled in the Legislative Assembly.
No, it is not, sir.
Sir,
Okay,
this
Surbi,
is the
okay, one minute.
this
Let
is
Surbi
a-
Odigere
this
respond.
is-
Yes, Surbi Odigere. It's been
You
tabled
are-
in the assembly. Why are you asking this question?
No, hang on. I think we're coming back to the very basic point. There are 5 guarantees, right? Within that, there is this Shakti scheme that Anand has referred to. We are saying this again and again and again. There is no measure on who the beneficiaries are for the Shakti scheme. Let's trace the steps back one more time. If there is no data on beneficiaries, we don't know who is benefiting from this in allocation in the Shakti scheme. How can you say with this confidence that the 28% that is being derived from the SC/ST fund is actually going towards the welfare of the SC/ST community? How is is the logic simple enough for us to not go back and forth? The proposition that the Karnataka government has made is that we will now issue smart cards so that they can collect this data. The only thing that this legislative committee is saying, and rightfully so, and the Bharatiya Janata Party in Karnataka has been saying again and again and again, if you are taking money from the SC and ST community fund, then make sure that it is used for the welfare of the community. And how do we check that? Because you won't release the caste census data, because we are yet to have the next census data, what we rely on is the 2011 census, right? Where the number is at 24%. That is the number that we are going with, right? Therefore,
Now you come to the point,
the
ma'am.
committee, may I finish, sir, please? I do not want to be interrupted. The committee,
Yeah,
the
good, thank you.
legislative committee has recommended, please do not spend more than the population that exists at this point, that number of 24%. Do not take more than that. That is the only consideration. Anand, this should not be a debate. This should be the government coming out and saying, you are right. We do not have the right to take money out of the SCSP fund. We should therefore limit it
Not
to
just
that
that.
amount.
At least tell
Anand,
the people.
Anand, do you
at
realize-
least
Anand-
tell the people, Nikul Patel, and I'm saying
Anand,
you
Anand,
also
do you
want to
rea-
know. Okay, you have taken money from me. Tell me where have you spent the money? You are
See,
telling me
I'm-
you have spent the money rightly, but kahan? Where is the
I would
account for it?
I would like to come to the point. I would like to
Yeah.
answer your point also.
Yeah.
But my friend rightly pointed out that since 2011 that population census is not being
Sir,
conducted
a caste
and now
census
it is
has
required
happened
that
here.
Let him make his
Karnataka
point. Let him make his point.
2017.
and you need for it
You are
and that is
sitting
why
on the
Rahul
caste
Gandhi is
census.
demanding
Let
for
him
the
make his-
caste
You are
census
sitting
and
on
you are
the
not
caste
allowing it.
census.
You are not
Release
allowing
the
the caste
caste
census to be
Okay.
happen in the
I challenge
country.
you to
Can-
release
There
can-
you
the
are.
caste
You are
can
correct
we-
now.
can
You
we-
should
can
tell
we-
Bharatiya
can we-
Release
Janata
the
Party
caste
to carry out the
census in
caste
Karnataka.
census
Now,
immediately.
here is
You are
And as per
scared.
Nikul
that,
Patel.
You are
every beneficiary will be
Nikul-
noted
Nikul
out.
Patel.
You are very correct now, ma'am.
Okay. One minute.
Rahul Gandhi is writing
One
rightly
minute.
asking for the caste-based census,
1 minute.
and you
Okay.
are not allowing it
Nikul
to happen
Patel,
in
will
the
you please
country.
allow me 30 seconds? Rahul
Yeah,
Gandhi,
sure.
you are saying as a leader of the Congress party nationally that Rahul Gandhi is right in asking for caste census. You are telling the BJP to yield to the caste census. But sir, we are talking Karnataka where the caste census has already been done and there are certain people who are sitting on the CM's chair who are also sitting on the caste census data,
2017.
My
sir.
friend told me that
And
2017
sir, since
since 2011 census.
Nikul Patel,
Why you
since
don't want to
Nikul-
accept it?
Nikul Patel,
Why you
since-
want to screw me up in asking such
Nikul
questions? You are not
Patel,
listening
Nikul
to
Patel,
the argument of what
Nikul
Bharatiya
Patel. See,
Janata
I'll tell you
Party
what.
is
You
telling.
can shift goalposts, but the fact is, sir, that you should not be scoring own goals. My point is, sir, that
I'm not pouring
सर
on
कर्नाटका में कास्ट सेंसस हो गया, डेटा नहीं रिलीज हुआ ना सर. आपके सीएम डेप्यूटी सीएम में खलबली है. They are not agreeing. DK Shiv Kumar says don't release. Siddaramaiah says I want to release, or vice versa. Point is, you are sitting on. Sir, the Siddaramaiah government is sitting on.
Your Bharatiya
One
Janata
minute,
Party
one
friends
minute.
rightly tell that in 2011
1 minute.
census we are not able to access
Correct.
the data.
The point is, my point is.
You
sir,
know why
we
that
sent
we
them-
are
happened, right?
utilizing
Because there was a
for the
COVID
benefit of the
pandemic.
SCSP
no,
There was a
one-
pandemic.
One
For the
minute.
survey to take
No,
place.
before
Census will happen.
before the pandemic, the Congress was leading a whole morcha of people who said kagaz nahi dikhayenge when they wanted to do a proper account of the citizens of this country. Then pandemic happened. But the point is, in the states where the caste census has been done, the Congress is not releasing the data. So now, Nikul
Right
Patel,
to
what do you do?
Information Act
The
has
second
been passed by
point.
Congress, I
Yeah,
think
one
it
minute.
is
One
the
minute.
best-
One minute.
Best act ever passed by any government
अरे
in the
सर
country.
कास्ट का डेटा रिलीज तो करो. छोड़िए, कास्ट का डेटा भी रिलीज नहीं किया. मैं आपको पूछ रहा हूँ, आपने मेरे से पैसा लिया, आपने खर्चा किया एंड आपने कहा कि मेरे लिए खर्चा किया. मैं पूछ रहा हूँ हिसाब दिखाओ कहाँ खर्चा किया. आप बोल रहे हो नहीं हिसाब मैं नहीं दिखाऊंगा, पर मेरा भरोसा करो.
ऐसा
ऐसा
नहीं
होता है
बोला
सर.
किसी ने. We
अगर
are
मैं आपसे
liable to
पैसा
answer
लूंगा,
for every
मैं
data.
कहूंगा निकुल
Everybody
पटेल के लिए
stand
खर्चा
it is
किया,
on table
पटेल
on the
समाज
parliament.
के लिए मैंने
It is
खर्चा
table
किया
on the legislative
and
assembly.
then I will turn
Any
around and tell the
government
Patel
cannot
Samaj,
deny
but
that
don't
they
ask me
are
where I have
not
spent
ready
it.
to
I
say.
spent it on you. You
Anand,
trust
you
me,
cannot
but don't
say
ask me
that
where
they
I
are
have
not
spent it
ready
because
to
I have
show.
no
They are
data.
ready to show
How do you
everything
believe
that
that,
is
sir?
being tabled on the chair and every money spent has to be shown on the.
Where is
floor
it
of
shown,
the
sir? It is not
legislative
shown.
assembly during
Oh, that
during
is
the
what
session
the
that you know
point
very
is
well.
that, sir.
Nobody can hide
Why
behind
are
it.
you
Okay,
saying
one more,
that?
one
I
more,
mean,
one more.
The
Okay, I
Bharatiya
just.
Janata Party as an opposition is failing to ask something. That is why
My
you can
point
say
is,
that.
sir, my point is in this case, the Congress party as government is failing to answer with data. If they come back with this much data saying, okay, let them say, okay, we've not spent 100% of the money, but 90% of the money, this is where I have spent this money from the SCST fund, and then turn around to Mr. Narendra Swamy and the panel of 20 members say, are you satisfied now? To the SCST community, no answer, sir.
Definitely we'll do it.
Shakti scheme, your top
Definitely we'll
5
do it.
guarantee,
Definitely we'll
your
do it.
calling card for re-election the next time around, Shakti scheme, there is no data that's been mapped. There's no mapping. कहाँ गया है पैसा सर? करोड़ों रुपए है सर.
कहीं नहीं गया. It has been beneficiary to the beneficiary.
How do you know,
only.
sir? How do I trust that? The voter
No,
has
it's
to
not.
trust
The
for that. The
point
voter
is
has to see the numbers. The audit has to be
The
done.
point-
The people have to see the numbers. The sarkar of any state is responsible with audited, genuine numbers, sir.
You are saying that we have done corruption for that much amount. We are not doing it. We are spending it for the benefit
Sir,
of the
I
people.
trust you. You are not doing corruption, but
May I
please show me
please
the
come
proof.
in? May I please come in?
Yeah, definitely it will
But
be
you are
tabled in
not
the
showing proof, sir.
legislative
That's what I'm
assembly.
saying. The Congress government is not showing proof. Yes, Surabhi Hodigire. Yes, quickly. And then I have a question to you, Surabhi. Yeah, Surabhi. Yeah.
The Siddaramaiah government, the chief minister on the floor of the house in the previous, not this, but the previous assembly session, said that the amount that has gone from the ST community fund was not 187 crores, just a mere 89 crores. This is the callousness with which this government treats the marginalized communities in Karnataka. Now, the question that we are asking, and yes, we will bring out more of these numbers and accusations later on as we also understand the extent of things going wrong, not just with Shakti, but also with Gruha Lakshmi, a big one. A significant portion of the money from the guarantees goes to Gruha Lakshmi.
Okay,
and there's been
what is this
delays.
whole scam around the Bhovi Development Corporation? Who
Look,
was
there
involved
have
in
been
that?
there have been multiple accusations of different scams in during the BJP government.
Who's
It is the
Sunil
government.
And his
It
son
is
Vinay?
it is the government in power that is doing, this sort of vendetta politics because we are bringing out different
will
corruption
you,
activities.
will you admit?
I'm
No,
look.
the same
I'm
committee,
not
the
going
same
to-
SCST committee, led by P. N. Narendra Swamy, had accused and made the whole thing that there have been multiple corporations, SCST corporations, where crores of scam has happened even under the BJP.
No, I'm not.
So
going to-
has the BJP walked the talk on doing justice to SCST corporations, or is irrespective of political
Anand.
parties, netas in Karnataka cannot be trusted with money?
That would be a very, very, very strong insinuation that no Karnataka politician can be trusted with money. But the fact of the matter is, if such an accusation has
I
come
didn't
up,
say no neta. I said netas in Karnataka, irrespective of political party, cannot be trusted with money.
the current party in power is the Congress. It is in their authority to do a Lokayukta probe, commission an inquiry, and anybody who has done any mistake in misusing SCST funds must be punished. Unequivocally saying this.
So at that
Having
point,
said
the
that-
BJP won't say it is vendetta. My point is, ma'am, when it comes to accountability, when it comes to crores of rupees of a particular community and comes to accountability, if 100 crores can just be gobbled up or 89 crores is just 89 crores, for some people 8,000 rupees or 800 rupees is a lot of money.
Absolutely,
So for other
absolutely.
people to say 89 crores, no big deal. Bhovi Development Corporation, are these people still,
It is
are
an
they persona non
accusation.
grata within the BJP? Has
It
there
is
been
an
any...
accusation. Everybody is, in the eyes of the law, innocent until proven guilty. Let the law take its course in the situation at this point.
My simple point,
which is that
in the, day,
committee.
in this age of digitization, Karnataka and Bengaluru being the IT capital not just of Bharat but also across the world considered to be. If data is not collated real time and it's not available for public audit,
Yeah.
it's a huge travesty.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
It's a huge travesty. Every single naya paisa should be accounted for, and the Karnataka government should pride itself in this ability. If they claim that they don't have the tech, then it's a land of techies. They should get it in play. They should get it done like yesterday. But if they have the tech and they are deliberately not showing the data, then sir, the intent of the government will be questioned. The intent of the people in power who are taking decisions and are handling the crores of funds that have been allocated for certain communities, they will be questioned and they should be held accountable. Have to wind up. We're getting news from the neighborhood in Karnataka, in Telangana. Around Telangana, amid the entire Sandhya stampede row, matter taking certain national proportions with the BJP slamming Revant Reddy government. BJP MP Anurag Thakur saying the former information and broadcasting minister of the country, former MOS Finance, Anurag Thakur saying, and I quote, in the film industry, many Telugu actors have made a global mark. They have given a big contribution for Bharat. It's wrong to create controversy rather than making it an ego issue and allowing things to snowball. People should speak with each other, dialogue and figure out a way. Protection must be given even as our stars and those who are creating perhaps the soft power should be given a chance and should be allowed to prosper. Let's listen into what Anurag Thakur had to say.
देखिए, फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में स्पेशली तेलुगु एक्टर्स ने अगर आप उनका योगदान देखें तो फिल्म को और भारतीय सिनेमा को ग्लोबल मैप पे ले जाने का उन्होंने काम किया है और कुछ लोग उनको फ्लोर मैट पे लाने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन हमारे फिल्म इंडस्ट्री का, अभिनेताओं का है। अगर आप पिछले कुछ वर्षों में देखेंगे, जहां एक और नेशनल अवार्ड नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार में अल्लू अर्जुन जी को मिला, चिरंजीवी जी को लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड मिला, एक और तो उनके योगदान को पूरा देश और दुनिया सराह रहा है। मुझे लगता है किसी कंट्रोवर्सी को खड़ा करने की बजाय प्रयास होना चाहिए कि संवाद हो, सुरक्षा का ख्याल रखा जाए, ना कि राजनीति की जाए।
Is this entire promise of Revdis and Revdi politics going to only hurt the people more? And are the voters now ready to sell their vote to the highest bidder or commit their vote? I won't use the word sell, but commit their vote to the highest bidder. This entire war over the Delhi government schemes, is this entire Revdi registration a huge fraud? Or is the opposition or the BJP and the Congress feeling that the Aam Aadmi Party has seized the advantage? Stay with us. The debate comes up next.
Baba.
Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to CNN News 18. A Merry Christmas to one and all. For now, we quickly shift our attention to a CNN News 18 exclusive that's just come in. Details of the same on your screens, viewers. CNN News 18 exclusive. Pakistan airstrikes have killed 20 in Afghanistan. The Afghanistan government says they will retaliate. According to the Afghanistan government, airstrikes have killed only civilians and they've also called these unfortunate strikes. This happened at a time when talks with Pakistan's special representative have been ongoing in Kabul. So this is the latest bit of breaking news update coming in. Some of those visuals also that we'll try and put out in just a bit. But going across to Siddhant Mishra joining us with more details. Siddhant, you know, with the Afghanistan government very closely monitoring the situation, tell us a little bit about how they're viewing this and most importantly about what we know with regards to these airstrikes in Afghanistan.
Well, Pakistan airstrikes killed 20 in Afghanistan. In fact, the Afghanistan government says that they are going to retaliate. This perhaps escalated tensions between Afghanistan and Pakistan. In fact, the airstrikes killed civilians. This is what is being reported. Strikes happened at the time when talks with Pakistan's special representative Mead was going on in Kabul. In fact, the Defense Ministry has called it a brutal bombing. Afghan Defense Ministry has called it a brutal bombing. Pakistan, in its defense, has to say that the security that this has been done on the hideouts of TTP, where and dozens of TTP militants were killed in the bombing. TTP sources say that the camp of Pakistani displaced people and civilians were killed. Earlier, Pakistan's special representative met Sirajuddin Haqqani and Mustaqi in Kabul. So perhaps there are two versions that we are getting right now. Afghanistan has to say that the civilians have been killed in the brutal air bombings by Pakistan. Pakistan has to say that the TTP hideouts have been hit. Now, Pakistan always had issues with TTP because Pakistan security sources say that TTP is responsible for most of the blasts that have taken place in Pakistan in last 1 year or even more than that. So the TTP targets were struck, but Afghanistan has to say that the civilian targets were hit by the Pakistani forces. And interestingly, it happened when the special representative talk was going on in Kabul. It would really be interesting to see that how situation unfolds here onwards. But right now, this has escalated tensions between in the AFPAC region.
Okay, there's most certainly an escalation in the tensions between the two. Already there were tensions that were simmering. Siddhant, given the presence of Pakistani militants in Afghanistan, from that to finally, reaching a point where we see these airstrikes, at least 20 of them in Afghanistan, Pakistan airstrikes being carried out. You're telling us about the version coming in from the Afghan officials, but what about Pakistan? Anything officially that's been stated as yet?
Well, yes, they have, Pakistan intel sources have confirmed this to Manoj Gupta, that the targets which were hit belong to the TTP. They were TTP hideouts. and no civilian targets were struck by the Pakistani forces. So that is what Pakistan is saying in its defense, because they also don't want Afghanistan to say that the civilians have been killed or civilian targets were struck. But Afghanistan has to say that has called it a brutal bombing, and Afghanistan has to say that the civilians have been targeted. Perhaps this would escalate tensions in the whole of AFPAC region, which is already unstable. Islamist forces have a larger role to play as far as the Afghanistan-Pakistan border is concerned. Both countries keep alleging each other for the cross-border terrorism. And in fact, there have been many attempts also to perhaps find solutions through diplomacy. But it looks like the diplomacy has failed again. And, you know, the way Pakistan has struck the targets within the Afghanistan, and civilians have been, perhaps, it will mount pressure on the current Taliban regime in Afghanistan to retaliate. And there would be a lot of pressure on them.
As Delhi gears up for the assembly elections in the next 2 months, the battle over freebies takes center stage. Days after the Aam Aadmi Party launched a campaign to register people for the proposed Mukhyamantri Mahila Samman Yojana and Sanjeevani scheme, the Aam Aadmi Party's grand schemes seem to have hit a roadblock. In a major embarrassment for the Aam Aadmi Party, 2 departments of the Delhi government issued public notices cautioning citizens against falling for quote-unquote misleading schemes launched by the ruling Aam Aadmi Party. The issuance of these notices adds another dimension to the ongoing tussle between the AAP and the bureaucracy, which comes under the aegis or control of the Lieutenant Governor. The Delhi government health and women welfare departments have issued a public notice to people warning against falling prey to non-existent Mahila Samman Yojana and Sanjeevani Yojana. While Delhi Chief Minister Atishi has vowed to act against officials who published the notice, BJP on the other hand has also slammed the Aam Aadmi Party and said that it is indeed an attempt to collect private data of the residents of Delhi. The Delhi government department's distancing itself from the AAP's promise scheme has also left the AAP red-faced. What the AAP has claimed, that women will be entitled to get 2,100 rupees per month. The Delhi government's department notice also says that there is no such scheme for women that's been notified by the Delhi government. What the AAP claimed, free treatment for 60 plus in all Delhi hospitals. The Delhi government department's notice says such non-existent schemes are misleading. What the AAP claimed, door-to-door registration by AAP leaders. Delhi government department notices there is no question of registration for the scheme by the government. What AAP claimed, 35 to 40 lakh women eligible under the scheme. Delhi government department notices restrain from entertaining such promises. What the AAP claimed, eligibility requires proof of residence in Delhi. Citizens are cautioned against sharing personal info is what the response came from in the notice. Now, the latest flashpoint, which comes weeks ahead of the Delhi Assembly polls, sparked a slugfest between the AAP and BJP leaders. The BJP has levelled a serious accusation against the Aam Aadmi Party, claiming that the scheme promised as part of an attempt to deceive Delhi's residents. The BJP argues that the AAP is engaging in political manipulation, making false promises to gain votes without any official notification or backing for the scheme. In a sharp rebuttal, the AAP said the BJP is worried it's been triggered because of our announcements of the revdis or the schemes. The BJP has accused AAP of losing the trust of its own bureaucrats, and in response to the BJP's allegations, AAP has firmly denied any such claims, accusing the BJP of engaging in deliberate smear campaign to undermine the Delhi government. The AAP has labelled the BJP's charges lies and as an attempt to spread misinformation. The BJP further raising serious concerns, accusing the Aam Aadmi Party of attempting to collect private data of Delhi residents under the guise of its welfare schemes. And on the other hand, the AAP accused the BJP of pressuring officials. Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the BJP, with us. Akashdeep Muni, political analyst, leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party, also joining us. But first, the reactions that have come in through the day.
कल शाम तक, कल रात तक लगभग 12.5 लाख महिला सम्मान योजना में रजिस्ट्रेशन हो चुके थे और 1.5-2 लाख बुजुर्गों के रजिस्ट्रेशन हो चुके थे। इस सब से बीजेपी बुरी तरह से बौखला गई है।
नोटिस आज अखबारों में जारी हुए हैं वो पूरी तरह से गलत हैं, झूठे हैं। इन अफसरों के खिलाफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कार्रवाई तो होगी ही। इन अफसरों ने जो ये गलत सूचना अखबार में छापी है, इनके खिलाफ पुलिस कार्रवाई भी की जाएगी।
वो सरकार का जिन नोटिफिकेशन अफसरों पे दबाव बना के भाजपाइयों ने जो कराया है, उसके लिए उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई करेंगे।
कोई योजना नहीं है, ये केवल चुनावी छलावा है। खुद हेल्थ सेक्रेटरी ने सीनियर सिटीजन से ये निवेदन करा, जो मैं आपके माध्यम से दोहरा रही हूँ, कि कृपया बड़े बुजुर्ग अपना पर्सनल डेटा इस तरह अनजान लोगों को ना दे।
भाई वो बीजेपी नहीं एडवर्टीजमेंट निकाली है, वो तो दिल्ली सरकार का वो डिपार्टमेंट निकाला है। तो ऐसा कौन सा काम कर रहे हैं कि दिल्ली सरकार का ही डिपार्टमेंट दिल्ली सरकार को कह रहा है कि आप ये फ्रॉड मत करिए जनता के साथ, ऐसी कोई योजना नहीं है।
तो अरविंद केजरीवाल को अपने इस कृत्य के लिए माफी मांगनी चाहिए, जो उन्होंने दिल्ली की जनता को धोखा देने का काम किया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Well, Akashdeep Muni and Pradeep Bhandari with us. Namaste, Jai Hind, gentlemen, and season's greetings. Compliments of the season. It's a festive day. But Pradeep Bhandari, एक बात बताइए, आप महाराष्ट्र में बांटे तो जलेबी, यहाँ आप करे दिल्ली में तो फरेबी, ये लॉजिक समझ में नहीं आया।
Well, Anandji, there is a huge difference. The difference is the following. At the outset, first of all, it is not. We are not even a party in this case. It is the Delhi government itself. It is the department of Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj, which is telling Mr. Arvind Kejriwal that Mr. Kejriwal, please do not do anyaya and injustice to the people of Delhi. Something which is not on paper. How can you take private data of citizens by giving them a shagufa and deceiving them? Point number one. Point number two, in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, when we were in government, it was the government machinery which used the government apparatus and ensured that a government scheme was implemented in letter and spirit. We did not went to the party offices, we did not have individuals registering in party offices, and through party offices we were ensuring that the 2000 rupees reached the account of the females. So here the Aam Aadmi Party, A, first of all, has not launched the scheme, B, the scheme is not in the paper, 3, at the same hand, it is collecting private data, and 4, it is using its party machinery to do government work. All of these 4 are illegal, along with deceiving the voter. Now look at the past track record of the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party promised similar thing in Punjab. It has been more than 2 years the Aam Aadmi Party's government is continuing in Punjab. Till date, the Aam Aadmi Party has not deposited 1000 rupees that it promised the people of Punjab. In March, the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi promised that it will deposit 1000 rupees in the account. Till date, it has not happened. Now it is promising 2100 rupees, which the notification is not there, which the Delhi government itself is saying कि जब है ही नहीं notification scheme का तो आप कैसे लोगों का data ले सकते हो? This is illegal. Remember the Puttaswamy judgment of the Supreme Court. This is against the right to privacy of an individual, and this is what we are raising.
Okay, Akashdeep Muni.
Anandji, first of all, Merry Christmas to you and my fellow panelists, and thank you for having me on your show. Anandji, first of all, anything which is in manifesto will be implemented after the election is done, and particular this 2100 rupees coming into the bank account of each woman in Delhi is in the manifesto of Aam Aadmi Party, which will be coming into after the Delhi elections. And interestingly, one thing that actually the cabinet has passed this. The cabinet notification has gone. It will go to the LG. When LG approves it, then the final notification will come. The cabinet has passed it. But today I want to tell you through your channel that largest party of the world, that is Bharatiya Janata Party, is so much on back foot regarding Delhi elections that its poster boy Parvesh Sharma is caught red-handed distributing cash in return of votes on camera. Now he says that it's an NGO. If the NGO was distributing cash, why the card with money has no mention of the NGO but has BJP, JP Nadda, Modi ji and Amit Shah? I am shocked and bewildered that why Bharatiya Janata Party is supporting a person like Parvesh Sharma and why he is there in Bharatiya Janata Party till now when he is caught red-handed distributing cash, and where has 7.7 crore rupees come in cash to Parvesh Sharma to distribute to 70,000 women in New Delhi constituency? Where is the ED? Where is the CBI? Where is the Delhi police? Why Delhi police is doing barricading and have still not questioned Parvesh Sharma in this particular case? as per Honorable Prime Minister, we should not keep more than 20,000 rupees cash in our account. But today, Parvesh Verma has 7.7 crore rupees cash to give to the Delhi constituency women. This is shocking. And the most biggest thing is that this has to be done by direct beneficiary transfer. Why he is distributing in cash? And I am shocked and bewildered why the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson is still not bashing him and not throwing him out of the party. I want to hear him. That is he throwing him or not?
Okay, now that is classical shifting of the goalposts, but you made a charge, so let the BJP answer that. Yes, but there are some loopholes in your allegation that you made, Akash Modi, but let's see if the BJP can defend that. Yes, BJP. Pradeep Bhandari.
Well, first of all, Anandji, he's not answered. Till date in Punjab, not a single woman has got 1,000 rupees in her bank account. So, as usual, Mr. Kejriwal, who can spend 52 crores for his sheesh mahal in Delhi, has not been able to deposit even 1 rupee in the account of women of Punjab, leave aside the women of Delhi. Number two, again he lied on your show. The notification which he is speaking about is the notification of 1,000 rupees. Right now what he is promising is 2,100 rupees, which is not on paper. Now even in the 1,000 rupees one, I will expose him. He in the notification for 1,000 rupees said that he has allocated 2,000 crore. There are 63 lakh women roughly in Delhi, which means that even to deposit 1,000 rupees in each bank account of 18 plus year in Delhi, you will require 8,000 crore. Mr. Kejriwal on that notification has promised 2,000 crore rupees, and where is the other 6,000 crore? Nowhere there. So just like Punjab, he will deceive the women of Delhi by saying मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है, केंद्र पैसा नहीं दे रहा, मैं क्या करूं, स्कीम नहीं लागू कर सकता. This is typical Mr. Kejriwal, which is anti-people, anti-women. This is why till date in Punjab is not been able to implement it. Now let me come to Parvesh Verma point. If Akashdeep Puni believes that there is 70 crore cash, he should immediately file an FIR.
Yeah, 7.7
Why is the Aam Aadmi Party not filed an FIR of 70 crore cash?
No, they said
Please
7.
show me the FIR.
No, they have said 7.7 crore.
You have been doing PC since morning.
He just said 7.7 crore.
7 crore, file 7 crore. I am saying 7 crore. If he has sources which believe there is 7 crore cash, file an FIR. Why is he not filed an FIR for 7 crore cash? अरे एक एनजीओ 2,000 रुपए गरीब महिला को दे, इसमें दिक्कत हो रही है. केजरीवाल जी ने तो अपनी पूरी जीवन जो है वो एनजीओ पे बिता दिया था. फोर्ड फाउंडेशन से पैसा लिया करते थे और बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते थे. आपने नई दिल्ली में कुछ नहीं दिया. यहाँ गरीब महिलाएं जो है मदद मांग रही है और आपको दिक्कत हो रही है. एंड ऑल्सो on a technical point, neither is he a public representative right now, neither is there election, neither there is imposition of MCC, neither is being given a ticket. So please don't give me even on technical argument you are false. But अगर आपको लगता है कि 7 करोड़ उनके घर में तो जाके FIR फाइल करो ना, घबरा क्यों रहे हो?
On the case of Parvesh Verma, yes, the Aam Aadmi Party has made an allegation, but some things belie logic. If you want to give money by deceit, you would not give it in broad daylight. If you are trying to bribe the voter, you would not give that money with the BJP ka parcha, BJP ka card, and also do it when you know fully well that there is a waiting media outside to question these people who are getting the money. Third, he has come out and accepted that yes, I have given the money. So clearly if he is coming out and saying I have given the money, any private individual can do whatever he wants to do as long as the money trail, paper trail, and also the documentation is in place. Point is, if there is a problem that you believe there is criminal culpability, please file an FIR. Let the cops investigate. Parvesh Verma has not run away. He is already on record saying yes, हमने दिया है. क्योंकि आप नहीं दे पाए. You couldn't give the 1,000 rupees to these women who have not received it, so I am giving it, is what he has said in his constituency. That's his point. Whether he gets a ticket or not is fait accompli going forward, and also there is no MCC. The point here, Akashdeep Muni, there is nothing wrong in Arvind Kejriwal also saying, if we come to power, we will give 2,100 rupees. If we come to power, we will give Sanjeevani free medical care. Somewhere, this if has it been conveniently converted to now, when the rallies are happening? The other thing is, has Mr. Kejriwal and Ms. Atish misled the voter or misled the people when they said come and register? Because if it's a government, if they are a government scheme, then should they come and register at the government office, the Mahila Welfare Office, or at the Aam Aadmi Party office? These are the points. You can make a promise that if you bring to power, and Mr. Kejriwal repeated that today, but during the polls, during the announcements, was there a certain over-exuberance of trying to say, मैं अभी दे रहा हूँ, हम तो अभी दे रहे हैं जी?
नहीं आनंद जी, पहली बात तो आपने जो कहा इनिशियली कि आप कैश फॉर वोट्स दे सकते हैं in return?
No, he's
ये
not
गलत
asked for
होगा।
votes. Has he
Wait a
asked for
minute.
votes? No, has he asked for votes?
Yes, he asked for votes.
No,
yes, he asked for
absolutely
votes.
not. No.
It wasn't coming out your channel
No.
showed that they have been given the parcha of Bharatiya Janata Party.
No,
with the
they've been
photograph of
given.
Modi and
He's
Amit
been.
Shah
No.
and asked
What
that
I'm saying
he
is, you
vote
file an
for
FIR.
Kamal.
At no
Yes,
point.
he
At no point. The.
died on
You know,
camera.
here is what.
On
Here is
camera.
what the
ये आप
ladies.
पकड़ लो।
Ladies said. They said, अभी आपको 1100 रुपए दे रहे हैं. अगर हमारी सरकार आएगी तो 2500 रुपए आपके अकाउंट में डायरेक्ट डेबिट होंगे. That is what the lady has said on record with Javed Mansoori of News 18 India.
Ladies came out and said that अभी 1100 रुपए दे रहे हैं, आप कमल का बटन दबाना. This is cash for votes and आम आदमी पार्टी will be registering an FIR.
अरे आधी बात बोल रहे हो. बोला कि अगर कमल की सरकार आएगी तो आपके अकाउंट में पैसे, आपके अकाउंट के अंदर डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट आपके हिसाब से 2500 देंगे. मुझे बताइए कैसे हो गया? एक प्राइवेट इंडिविजुअल है, वो आज अपनी मदद से
He is not a candidate. He is not a candidate. He is not a candidate. There is no MCC right now. He is an individual who's come out and said if the BJP comes to power, the same thing Mr. Kejriwal is saying from a public platform. I will give you 2100 rupees if we come to power.
What Arvind Kejriwal is doing is that Arvind Kejriwal is giving through the exchequer.
Where is he given? Has that notification come? Has it been ratified by the LG's office? Has this commitment been ratified by the LG's office? The cabinet notification is for 1000 rupees, allocation is of 2000 rupees, 2000 crore, whereas the total population of 63 lakh, 8,000 crore is the amount that you need. You've got a deficit of 6,000 crore there itself. That's the numbers. That's what I'm saying. That's what's being said at this point.
Remember before the
And is Sanjeevani, did he or did he not say Sanjeevani अभी से हो गया जी? Did he or did he not say Sanjeevani अभी से हो गया जी? आप अभी जा सकते हैं.
10 seconds. Before during the Lok Sabha elections in Chhattisgarh, just before the Lok Sabha elections, the government.
Did he or did he not say कि संजीवनी अभी से आप हो गया जी? आप अभी जा सकते हैं.
देखिए, जब दिल्ली में जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी
क्या
ने कहा
अभी जा सकते हैं? आकाशदीप पुनी, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, मैं दिल्ली निवासी हूँ, मेरी उम्र 61 वर्ष की है, क्या मैं अभी जा सकता हूँ? मुझे संजीवनी का लाभ मिलेगा अभी?
कि ना कि मैनिफेस्टो में हुआ है और जब
in his rally did he say? Did he say it or not? That's the question. And now the point is, who said what in their rallies? Who said what in their rallies and then their Chunavi Sabha? Once we put that out, Akashdeep Puni, then perhaps it's the play of words that could land the AAP in trouble. Not the intention. Not the intention. Okay, we got to take a break. We're compelled to take a break. I thank you, Pradeep Bhandari and Akashdeep Puni. Stay with us.
Baba.
Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to CNN News 18. A Merry Christmas to one and all. For now, we quickly shift our attention to a CNN News 18 exclusive that's just come in. Details of the same on your screens, viewers. CNN News 18 exclusive. Pakistan airstrikes have killed 20 in Afghanistan. The Afghanistan government says they will retaliate. According to the Afghanistan government, airstrikes have killed only civilians and they've also called these unfortunate strikes. This happened at a time when talks with Pakistan's special representative have been ongoing in Kabul. So this is the latest bit of breaking news update coming in. Some of those visuals also that we'll try and put out in just a bit. But going across to Siddhant Mishra joining us with more details. Siddhant, you know, with the Afghanistan government very closely monitoring the situation, tell us a little bit about how they're viewing this and most importantly about what we know with regards to these airstrikes in Afghanistan.
Well, Pakistan airstrikes killed 20 in Afghanistan. In fact, the Afghanistan government says that they are going to retaliate. This perhaps escalated tensions between Afghanistan and Pakistan. In fact, the airstrikes killed civilians. This is what is being reported. Strikes happened at the time when talks with Pakistan's special representative Mead was going on in Kabul. In fact, the Defense Ministry has called it a brutal bombing. Afghan Defense Ministry has called it a brutal bombing. Pakistan in its defense has to say that the security that this has been done on the hideouts of TTP where and dozens of TTP militants were killed in the bombing. TTP sources say that the camp of Pakistani displaced people and civilians were killed. Earlier, Pakistan's special representative met Sirajuddin Haqqani and Mustaqi in Kabul. So perhaps there are two versions that we are getting right now. Afghanistan has to say that the civilians have been killed in the brutal air bombings by Pakistan. Pakistan has to say that the TTP hideouts have been hit. Now, Pakistan always had issues with TTP because Pakistan security sources say that TTP is responsible for most of the blasts that have taken place in Pakistan in last 1 year or even more than that. So the TTP targets were struck, but Afghanistan has to say that the civilian targets were hit by the Pakistani forces. And interestingly, it happened when the special representative talk was going on in Kabul. It would really be interesting to see that how situation unfolds here onwards. But right now, this has escalated tensions between in the AFPAC region.
Okay, there's most certainly an escalation in the tensions between the two. Already there were tensions that were simmering. Siddhant, given the presence of Pakistani militants in Afghanistan, from that to finally, reaching a point where we see these airstrikes, at least 20 of them in Afghanistan, Pakistan airstrikes being carried out. You're telling us about the version coming in from the Afghan officials, but what about Pakistan? Anything officially that's been stated as yet?
Well, yes, they have, Pakistan intel sources have confirmed this to Manoj Gupta, that the targets which were hit belong to the TTP. They were TTP hideouts, and no civilian targets were struck by the Pakistani forces. So that is what Pakistan is saying in its defense, because they also don't want Afghanistan to say that the civilians have been killed or civilian targets were struck. But Afghanistan has to say that has called it a brutal bombing, and Afghanistan has to say that the civilians have been targeted. Perhaps this would escalate tensions in the whole of AFPAC region, which is already unstable.
Amid troubling wave of violence against Bangladeshi Hindus, Dhaka has now provoked New Delhi yet again. This time, a court in Bangladesh has set free Minister Abdus Salam Pinto, who's not only accused of funding terror activities in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, but has played an instrumental role in the recruitment and training of terrorists in Pak-occupied Kashmir. The decision has sent ripples across the region, with many questioning whether this action signals a shift in Bangladesh's stance on Islamic radicalism and its relationship with terror groups, and more importantly, Pak-based terror groups. Now let's tell you who's this Abdus Salam Pinto. A former minister in the BNP government, not only did he fund the terror outfit Harkatul Jihad al-Islami, but also helped the terror outfit procure weapons and train terror recruits. Pinto is also facing charges of plotting attacks across Bharat and funding terror in Pak-occupied Jammu Kashmir. Pinto was convicted in 2004 for planning a bomb attack on the Awami League rally. The attack killed 24 and left more than 300 injured. And following the deadly attack, Pinto was sentenced to death in 2018. But thanks to this interim government and its inkling and perhaps patronizing extremist elements, he is now a free man. With that, we call it a wrap on this edition of The Right Stand. Brass tacks after the break.
Baba.
Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to CNN News 18. A Merry Christmas to one and all. For now, we quickly shift our attention to a CNN News 18 exclusive that's just come in. Details of the same on your screens, viewers. CNN News 18 exclusive. Pakistan airstrikes have killed 20 in Afghanistan. The Afghanistan government says they will retaliate. According to the Afghanistan government, airstrikes have killed only civilians, and they've also called these unfortunate strikes. This happened at a time when talks with Pakistan's special representative have been ongoing in Kabul. So this is the latest bit of breaking news update coming in. Some of those visuals also that we'll try and put out in just a bit. But going across to Siddhant Mishra joining us with more details. Siddhant, with Afghanistan government very closely monitoring the situation, tell us a little bit about how they're viewing this, and most importantly about what we know with regards to these airstrikes in Afghanistan.
Well, Pakistan airstrikes killed 20 in Afghanistan. In fact, the Afghanistan government says that they are going to retaliate. This perhaps escalated tensions between Afghanistan and Pakistan. In fact, the airstrikes killed civilians. This is what is being reported. Strikes happened at the time when talks with Pakistan's special representative was going on in Kabul. In fact, the Defense Ministry has called it a brutal bombing. Afghan Defense Ministry has called it a brutal bombing. Pakistan, in its defense, has to say that the security that this has been done on the hideouts of TTP, where and dozens of TTP militants were killed in the bombing. TTP sources say that the camp of Pakistani displaced people and civilians were killed. Earlier, Pakistan's special representative met Sirajuddin Haqqani and Muttaqi in Kabul. So perhaps there are two versions that we are getting right now. Afghanistan has to say that the civilians have been killed in the brutal air bombings by Pakistan. Pakistan has to say that the TTP hideouts have been hit. Now, Pakistan always had issues with TTP because Pakistan security sources say that TTP is responsible for most of the blasts that have taken place in Pakistan in the last 1 year or even more than that. So the TTP targets were struck, but Afghanistan has to say that the civilian targets were hit by the Pakistani forces. And interestingly, it happened when the special representative talk was going on in Kabul. It would really be interesting to see that how situation unfolds here onwards. But right now,
Nam Laminates presents CNN News 18 Primetime Studio.
A very good evening. You're watching Brass Tacks. I'm Akanksha Swaroop and we are coming live to you from CNN News 18 Primetime Studio presented by Green Lam Laminates. It's been called an unprecedented move as senior officers in the Delhi government have released public notices to disown the registration process started by Chief Minister Atishi and former Chief Minister of Delhi Arvind Kejriwal for two schemes announced by the ruling Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital. This to give 2,100 rupees to non-tax paying women under the Mukhyamantri Mahila Samman Yojana and provide free treatment to those over the age of 60 in government as well as